Hello students, how are you? I hope you are well and safe at home. Today we will read a poem from your course book. Name of the poem is Foreign Lands, and this poem is written by the famous poet Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson is very famous as children writer. And in this poem he talks about a boy and his imagination. So this poem Foreign Lands today we will read. At first you have to know the meaning of the word foreign. The word foreign means belonging to another country. So today we will read this poem. Before reading this poem, you have to know the information about this poem. So I am telling you. In this poem, the poet talks about the dreams of a boy, and indirectly he talks about the various stages of life. Everything in this poem is said with a doubt using the word if, that you can see in this poem. So let's read the poem, then I will explain the lines. So I am reading the poem. Everyone, you have to read the poem also by seeing the lines. Up into the cherry tree, who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie, adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the dimpling river pass, and be the sky's blue looking glass. The dusty roads go up and down with people trampling into town. If I could find a higher tree, farther and farther I should see, to where the grown-up river sleeps into the sea among the ships, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. So this is the poem. Everyone must recite the poem. Okay, now I will explain line by line. In the first stanza, this poem is having 4 stanzas, and in this poem the first and second line, third, fourth, like these lines, last words are rhyming to each other. Like up into the cherry tree, tree is the last word. Next line, who should climb but little me? Tree and me, these are rhyming words. Next line, I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. Hands and lands, these are also rhyming. Okay, like this, in the other stanzas, these last words are rhyming. First, second, third, fourth, like that. Okay, so now I will explain the meaning of this poem line by line. For in the first stanza, what is written in the first stanza, the poet says that if he could climb the tree, then he would see the foreign lands. Okay, so in this line he talks the ambition of a child who wants to see foreign places. Okay, that's why it is written that up into the cherry tree, after climbing the cherry tree, who should climb but little me, that little child climbs. And there, what happened? He held the trunk with both hands. Both his hands he held the trunk tightly and looked abroad on foreign lands. Abroad means all around. After climbing up the cherry tree, little boy, he can see all around the places. Okay, and after that, the child sees, that we will learn in the next stanza. So in the second stanza, I saw the next door garden lie. After climbing up the tree, means from the top of the tree, the boy sees the next door garden adorned with flowers before my eye. Adorned means decorated with flowers, beautiful flowers, and many pleasant places more. And he also sees many pleasant means beautiful places before him that I had never seen before, and these places the child never seen before in his life. So what he says in these lines, that after climbing the tree, he sees the garden decorated with beautiful flowers, and how he could see of all the places, far off places, he can be able to watch. Okay, so in the next third stanza, what happens? I saw the dimpling river pass. dimpling river. What is the meaning of the word dimpling river? Dimpling river means as the river is flowing, that time that movement is happening with water, sometimes up and down, up and down. This is called dimpling. So I saw the dimpling. He sees the dimpling river passes. Okay, and be the sky's blue looking glass. Here he said the river is the looking glass, is the mirror for the blue sky. The blue sky's view can be seen on the river water. That is said here. And next is the dusty roads go up and down with people trampling into town. Here what word we are getting, new word, that is trampling. Trampling means walking. So from the top of the tree the boy can see the dusty roads, okay, go up and down, and on those roads people were walking into the town. They were going to the town. So the actual meaning of this stanza is, here the poet shows the second stage of his life. He would have grown up and had gone on long trips. During this time he sees river and he personifies river as dimpling river, and he also uses the dusty roads and about the people. Okay, so what he actually wants to say here, he says that the dusty roads, those are means carrying the people are walking on those roads. Okay, and next stanza, fourth stanza, what we can find, if I could find a higher tree. Here the boy wishes to climb a higher tree. Why what is the advantage of climbing a higher tree? From there what he can be able to see? Okay, let's see. Further and further I should see. If the boy can be able to climb a higher tree, then he can be able to see farther and farther of that land, to where the grown up river sleeps. Grown up rivers mean when the river is comes to plains, that time the river meets with seas, and that meeting place the boy wants to see, wants to watch. That's why he has written, to where the grown up river sleeps. Sleep means going down into the sea among the ships. Where the river meets in the sea among the ships, that place the boy wants to watch. Okay, so here the boy expresses his desire, this type of desire. Okay, and next last stanza, it is very much important stanza I am reading, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairy land. The boy also wishes to view the roads, okay, on either hand. Either means on the both sides of the road lead onward into fairy land, where the roads are going, that the little boy wishes to see. Actually that one desire is creating inside his mind. And next is lead onward into fairy land, where all the children dine at 5. Okay, and where the children would have completed their dinner at 5, and at last what they do, and all the playthings come alive. After that they play with the playthings. Playthings means the toys, okay, that had come alive. So after dinner, where the people where the children are playing with playthings, that places he wants to see, that little boy wants to see. So through this poem the little boy expresses his wishes and desires, okay, to see the lands beyond his sight, that he wants to see, wants to view. So in the last stanza of this poem explains the thought that every human being after becoming matured will again go into the period of childhood. Means childhood is the best period of our life. Obviously in the childhood we can enjoy those things that we cannot enjoy in our adult times, and when we will become adult, that time we surely miss our childhood days. So this poem is about the childhood desires, the childhood imaginations, and this poem is full of imaginations, full of fantasy. So students, you should read the poem line by line and try to understand the meanings, and read the word meanings also. Try to grasp the meaning of this poem. Okay, So read the poem and enjoy the poem.